What company would you like to go bankrupt? Ticketmaster. The Church of Scientology. College Board. My former employer, just because it would be satisfying. Fuck that place. Those payday loan companies. How does anybody sleep at night taking advantage of desperate people in such an insidious fashion? Edit. The question of the post was, what company would you like to see go bankrupt? The question wasn't, what good service would you like to see disappear? The companies operate in a manner that is predatory. I don't care about the payday loans themselves. To give another example, coffee is not the problem with Nestlé. The problem with Nestlé is Nestlé, Amway and other MLMs in existence. They ruined a lot of lives by giving people the false hope of financial security, driving people into debt and eventually bankruptcy. They definitely need a taste of their own medicine. Shut them all down. Ticketmaster. Whichever one runs those child beauty pageants. Fuck them. Ticketmaster. Nestlé bro, I like their products more or less, but I just want them to be sold to other companies or SMTH just so that their insane unethicality is stopped. FIFA. Nestlé, Pacific Gas and Electric. Fuck that company. Whatever company that sells insulin high AF. Predatory loan companies. 35 for a loan. Crazy. Autism speaks. Ticketmaster. Live Nation. TurboTax. Facebook. Meta. All those payday loan places, taking advantage of people and making their situations worse. Nestlé. Fuck Nestlé. Anything Kardashian on Jenner owned. Verizon. I know there is some shady shit going on behind the scenes. JP Morgan Chase buying up billions of single-family homes and pricing my generation out of home ownership forever. Shein. Wells Fargo. De Beers. Diamonds are the most boring excuse for a precious gem that there has ever been. All MLM companies. Whoever the hell owns the private prisons. I've worked at Nestlé. I don't think people know everything that Nestlé owns makes. I wouldn't shed any tears if the cigarette makers went bust, employee considerations notwithstanding. If foodstuff manufacturers killed and damaged the health of their customers in the same way and degree, their CEOs would be arraigned before the courts. From the UK. Nestlé. Walmart. They took out life insurance on elderly employees and cashed the checks without anyone knowing for years. Airbnb. Bayer. In the 80s, during peak HIV/AIDS crisis, they realized they had a lot of tainted blood. Instead of disposing of it, they decided to sell it to third world countries instead. BlackRock. Facebook. Toxic brain polluter. I feel like the elephant in the room here is Wagner. She, Balenciaga. United States Senators. Special interest owners. Comcast. News Corp. Citadel Securities. TikTok. It just steals people's data and they don't care. Ticketmaster. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or better said, the corporation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and all of its shell corporations. Ticketmaster. The ones the politicians invest in. Goldman Sachs. Bank of America. I got on here like a fucking activist, but every company I hate has some link in the chain to my life being manageably shitty. Feels like a PETA person with leather shoes. Chiquita. Nestlé, because fuck Nestlé. Also douchebag, like every month they are involved in so shady stuff. Health insurance companies. They literally are responsible for murder and contribute nothing to society. The employees can get reabsorbed by the government for the most part, and do it all for cheaper. Fuck health insurance companies. The Rupert Murdoch media empire. Ashley, they still exist? Starbucks. Intuit. TurboTax. Esso gas stations and Imperial Oil. They contaminated my childhood home and destroyed my family's health, and there's nothing we can do about it. The Kardashians. Nestlé. Since nobody mentioned PETA, I'm going to do it. TikTok. EA. They rarely make any original or great games anymore. The world would be a slightly better place without Nestlé. Ticketmaster and similar companies. Walmart. Look this one up. TikTok. I heavily believe that it's doing far more harm than good in today's society. Meta Incorporated. Facebook. Facebook. Fuck Nestlé. News Corp. Crown Resorts, and Aristocrat Gaming. Airbnb. A nice bankruptcy to bring their astronomical fees back down to within reason. McAfee. If that trash still considered a company. Stop spamming people. Email. Airbnb. I've never had dealings with them, only stayed in hotels during previous trips, but I've seen enough of their bullshit to want them to go down. I don't like how it incentivizes people to buy up houses, not for people to live in during a housing crisis, but for vacationers to stay in for a little bit at a time. I don't like how it fragments and destroys communities, because there is houses that no one lives in. From what I've heard, places like Prague's Old Town are full of Arabs and little to no locals because there is nowhere for them to be. I think it's even more deplorable than landlords buying up houses just to rent them out. At least people get to live in a landlord's house. And for some some people, renting is the best option for them. Heck, it's worse than some rich bastard buying up vacation homes. At least rich people aren't so common that they can decimate communities. TikTok. Fuck Nestle. Airbnb, Nestle, Luxottica, Facebook Meta, Airbnb, the LDS Church, Wagner Group, TikTok, Expedia, Ticketmaster, Hopper, or any other third-party booking company can't tell you how many times they've screwed people over canceled reservations without telling the customers, canceled flights, charging customers for things without telling the airlines, hotels reservations with hotels that don't exist, too many fees, duplications. Do I need to keep going? SeaWorld can go fuck right off. Tiki TOC, Nestle, Starbucks, Ticketmaster. Anyone wanna fill me in on what Nestle did? TikTok, Nestle, DNCRNC. Any college textbook publishing company. At D, their cell phone service is crap, their internet is crap, and in most areas they have the monopoly on it. Especially rural, where they will put down a few miles of fiber then just stop. They would make their money back servicing the other houses, but nope. Boohoo, Meta, Rupert Murdoch and News Corp. The Democratic and Republican parties. Monsanto. Ticketmaster. Too many stupid people still use them though instead of boycott. It's why they got so powerful to begin with. Too much. When am I ever going to see again? Timeshare companies. Nestle, PETA. Private prisons. Wagner Group. Ticketmaster. Nestle, EA. Because fuck EA in particular. Do we have to do just one? Disney, Comcast, Twitch, OnlyFans, every super PAC, the DNC, and the RNC. Kroger. Nestle, evangelical churches. Anything related to the Kardashians. Airbnb, BlackRock. The Nestle Post. Nestle fuck Nestle. PETA needs to go. Uber. I refuse to use them after they jacked their prices one night by nearly $500 when there was an issue with the local trains. I appreciate they're in business to make money, but FCK them. Also Nestle. CNTS. Amazon. Let small businesses thrive.